I'm pretty good until I have to say something. My name's Derek. I'm one of Caryn's recovery friends. I was asked to speak earlier this week, and my immediate response was, I got it in a voicemail, and my immediate response was, no, I don't think I'm going to go to the funeral. And I had a friend sitting next to me that was in recovery, and I said, well, I'm not sure what the right thing is to do. He said, call your sponsor, say a prayer, and do the next right thing. So here I am. So I've had thousands and thousands of thoughts going through my head over the past few days. I guess what I consider to be somewhat of a unique opportunity, because a lot of time that I spent with Caryn was not that radiant smile. I was in the process of trying to find a way. I had a friend, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, but I had a friend give me this rock, okay? Now this rock, I'm going to pass it around, and I want everybody to touch it. If it makes it back to me, great. If it doesn't, then hopefully it ends up with the right person. But in this rock, there's many, many layers, and you'll see it when you get it in your hand. And somewhere in there, for me, was one of those little layers of life that I got to have with her. On the top of this rock is a triangle. For my recovery friends, when she would stand at the podium, and we had the triangle with the H-O-W, and she would refer to that about being honest and open and willing. We have a tradition in the program that when someone is picking up an anniversary chip, we pass it around for everyone to touch and give a piece of themselves. So I wanted to say something funny, and I wanted to be charming. I'm not sure if I have that in me today or not. But one thing that did strike a little humor in me is I'm grateful that these churches are built of brick and granite, as I watch some of my friends walk in here today. I guess the things that I've thought about is there are some people sitting in here today that understand exactly why my friend is laying here, and there are others that just can't even begin to understand. So I had this thought that when we pick the wrong road and we go down that road and realize at some point that we can't continue, we turn around to come back. And sometimes we don't make it back. I don't know why. Maybe we just run out of gas. I spent many, many hours sitting at the Murray Alano Club, at Red Eye Coffee, at the meeting after the meeting, talking to my friend. And I think one of the things that I wish more than anything is that if she could have found a way to love herself the way that we did. Some people have that gift to be able to give love. We had a little sit-in on Sunday night. And what I realized is that Caryn had so many friends that felt like they were her best friend. And that's an amazing gift. That when you're with somebody that you feel like you're the single most important person in their life. And there's layers of that, because there's those that got to grow up with her. There were those that got to be there in the dark days. And there were those of us that got to be there when she sought recovery. There are some basic principles that we practice in recovery. I just want to share this just very briefly. The first is honesty. That is our first principle. And the second is hope. And the third is faith. The fourth is courage. The fifth is integrity. The sixth is willingness. 7 is humility. 8 is brotherly love. And 9 is justice. And what I know about my friend is that she was at that state. She was at that phase of her development. What I would hope and what I understand for myself is that freedom and happiness and love do not come without a lot of effort. And for those of us that are in recovery, understand that we leave a lot of damage behind us, a lot of wrecked relationships, misunderstanding, and mostly unintentionally. When Caryn's mom spoke on Sunday, there were a whole bunch of things about her I didn't know, and there's a whole bunch of things about her I'll never know. I guess in my heart, I want to believe that at that moment, that our souls are set free, and that we're released from the challenges of being a human, that we're brought into this world, we're perfect, and after we're gone, we're perfect again. I guess I also believe that in our memories that people live on, as long as we keep their memory alive, as long as we talk about it and we pass it on. I'm going to be grateful when this particular day is over and she's laid to rest, so I can begin to make sense of this for myself. I'm going to read this in closing. This is lots of you people know what this is. This is the other blue book, for those of you that are. It's written a little more simply in larger print, so those of us that have. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for all of us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past and give freely of what you find, and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and we will surely meet some of you as we trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then.